So I wish somebody explained this to me when I first started out doing my coaching business. And in this video, I want to talk about a $50,000 offer, a $50,000 red diamond offer. I call this a red diamond offer. And here's the thing, right? So when I realized this, it changed everything. So most of us as coaches, consultants, experts, or anyone that actually owns a business, right, we're all doing it for a future outcome, a bigger future outcome. For instance, we all want to be healthy, maybe wealthy, happy, maybe all three, right? For having true fulfillment. Like those are the things we aim for. And literally, right, my first mentor explained this to me like this. To get to the vision, to get to our goals, to have the life that we truly want, it's literally a straight line, right? It's that simple when you look at it in bigger context. We're here now, right? And we have a dream, a vision, or goal to have a better life. And that's literally a straight line. We just have to do the things to keep us on that straight line, and we achieve the goals. However, what happens to most of us is that we're faced by these ultimate things, right? A lot of people, and all of us, obviously we have a past, right? Our past plays a role in who we are right now. Experiences we have and how we choose to draw on that past experience determines how we move forward. A lot of people live in the past and they have regret and all these things that hold them back and consume them. But there's nothing you can do about the past, right? There's nothing you can do about it. It's happened. It's happened. You're here now, and you have a business you want to build. You have a life you want to build. You want to achieve your goals. So you're here now, and what happens to most of us, pretty much all of us, is that we face two big barriers. The first barrier is fear of failure. It's an internal barrier. I call this fear of failure Medusa. The reason for that is because Medusa, when you stare into her eyes, you turn to stone, right? And it stops you in your tracks from achieving your goals, from doing the thing that you're supposed to do. And Medusa is the queen of all of these other things, right? Imposter syndrome, overwhelm, procrastination, all these internal conflicts and battles that we have that prevent us from moving forward and achieving our goals. And on the other side, so I like to call this line here, the bridge of fulfillment, right? If you cross the bridge of fulfillment, you're going to have the life that you want. So the idea is to stay on that path. And it means overcoming Medusa on the top of as you're going over the bridge, and also who I call Leviathan. Leviathan is the sea monster that gets in our path and causes us to go off path, right? Gets in our way and causes us to go off path. And these are things like people around you, there's people that you deal with, people that you work with, the clients that you deal with, the environment that you're in, and the people that you allow close to you. That affects you, right? And it can be a huge distraction. The shiny object syndrome that a lot of people face when they're going through their life and, they go on this idea and then this next idea and then this next idea is a better idea, or maybe I should try this next idea, or maybe this idea is better. And we go around in circles, right, chasing shiny objects. That's a big problem for a lot of people. And then a huge distraction as well is technology. Whether you're looking at technology, whether it's involved in your life and you're caught in that scroll of doom consistently, where Facebook has you hooked in the realm, or maybe what's the other thing? or maybe Netflix, right? You're watching Netflix all the time. You just can't pull yourself away from Netflix. So it's cliffhangers. It's just next show after next show. Happens to a lot of people. Technology is a beast, right? And it's causing people to have failure. And that also could be technology overwhelm. A lot of people just pile on all the technology in their life, and it causes so much frustration that they're not able to move forward clearly. So in order to achieve these goals, you have to break through these internal and external resistance or barriers or demons that are causing us to never have our goals, right? The only way to do it is to break through. And the way to have certainty to achieve your goals is clarity. This is the elixir that helps you move forward in your life. It's clarity. It's having the understanding of what's the next step. What do I do next? What is the next thing I have to take today to make my journey better the next day? And for the most part, people don't have clarity on what's the next step because they don't know what that next step looks like. For coaches or consultants or any of us trying to build a business, the number one object that's in the way usually is our offer, right? What are we selling? Is it desirable enough? Is it something that people want? How do I increase the value? How do I make it so good that people just want it? How do I beat the competition? So it's a huge internal barrier, and competition is the external barrier, right? What the internal barrier for creating super high value offers is imposter syndrome, usually, right? Imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome, what other people think of us, right? And externally, it's competition. So if you want to create a good offer, you have to break through these barriers. And the best way to find clarity in breaking through a barrier and creating really high value offers is simply knowing what the steps are, right? We've all created this little barrier, right? And there's always this conflict in marketing, in our minds, this idea that low ticket is going to be an easier way forward because more people will buy the lower ticket thing in order to buy the higher ticket thing, or it's, we get sold on this idea of liquidated offers, and in theory it all sounds good, but the complexity it adds to this imposter syndrome and overwhelm, preventing people from breaking through the wall that they've created, typically for themselves. And so we need to remove this imposter syndrome so that we can adequately and confidently create good high-value offers. High-value offers, to create something of high value, is typically, or it is literally, there is no other way to look at it, it's the perception that you create. Right? It's perception. Perception creates value. And what we're doing is we're creating an offer, right? Whether it's low ticket or high ticket, there's going to be a cost, right? And typically when you're selling low ticket, your cost is you have a certain amount of cost, time, energy, effort, the amount of what you have to spend on marketing to sell that thing. So usually people will be left with a smaller profit margin, right? So you're left with a profit, right, if you're selling it at a certain price, which is a low ticket. But if you're selling at a higher ticket, you make more profit, right? If that is a much more value. And the difference between there and there is perception. Perception. And perception is life. Everything is perception. There is no reality. Everything is perception. So the more higher value perception you can create, the more equity you create in your offer, right? Because typically a low ticket is a piece of the bigger picture, and it's harder to put it together in terms of the whole bigger picture. Because if you can sell something at higher value, it's easier to sell that. The amount of energy and effort put into creating that is way lower. And so what we've done is we've created a formula that we help our clients with, right? We call this the Red Diamond Offer Formula. And it's pretty straightforward. If you're wanting to create a high value offer, you need three things, right? It's pretty straightforward. The first thing you need is what we call a magic formula. So what we've done is we've created this magic formula. It's called the Red Diamond Offer Formula. And it's pretty straightforward. It consists of three core components. Right? The first component to creating a super high value offer is that you need this magic formula. Magic formula is your secret system, your signature system. The process or the magic that you inject into your business or how your business is structured maybe the steps, maybe the process, maybe the people, maybe the flow, whatever it is that you've created that helps your people get a result, right? This is the ingredients that makes up your magic formula. Then what we do is we'll take that magic formula, your process and your results, and now we create perception, right? We create offer desirability. We call these the 7 red diamonds. The 7 red diamonds consist of the perception that we create, the psychological triggers that we inject into your offer, into your formula to create that equity. Now you have something of super high value and it can go to market at a higher price point. But the last piece of the puzzle is how you present that offer, right? We call this lotus silk packaging, very expensive packaging. Now it's just a metaphor for what we're trying to create. It's the profit packaging. It's the added value perception that you're putting into your offer to show people that this is something amazing and fantastic. It is truly really remarkable when you create these 3 contexts together. You cannot create a super high value offer without having, and easily sell it, without having these 3 components. They must be in place for an offer to sell. And so that's the idea of a high ticket $50,000 red diamond offer, right? So if you're looking for true clarity in creating your offers and you want to know the exact steps you should be taking right now to building your super high value offer, comment below. Let us know that you're interested and we'll send you some information. And I'm looking forward to speaking to you. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. My name is Matthew White. Have an amazing day.